Welcome to the TokenMinds podcast. I am your host, Fritzy, the Senior Content Manager here at TokenMinds, a creative engineering, crypto, and NFT agency helping businesses all over the world with their blockchain and NFT development, crypto and NFT marketing, and token sales strategy. In this podcast, we will dive into blockchain and talk about relevant topics for businesses and founders. Together with me is TokenMinds Chief Marketer, Anchor Chan, and today our special guest is from World of Women, this NFT community celebrating representation, inclusivity, and equal opportunities for all. And we have here their Director of Communications, Ms. Adelina Mattera. Ms. Adelina, kindly introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you very much for inviting me today. So my name is Adelina, and I'm indeed the Director of Communications for World of Women. I've been with the team for more than a year now. I joined 1 week after the launch of our first collection, World of Women. So it's been since August 2021 already, and I am quite excited about today and everything we're going to talk about.
Well, let's just dive right into the first question. So this is kind of like a standard question that we ask to our co-founders that we invite here on our podcast, Ms. Adelina. But could you share with our audience your story on how you personally got into NFTs and cryptos in general?
So it's actually quite fun because before I joined World of Women, I did not know anything about Web3 and NFTs. I knew the founders already because I worked with some of them before in a previous tech company, and I heard a little bit about World of Women before because I saw them working on the project and everything. But I didn't really knew what it was, so it was a little bit abstract to me. I just knew that they were doing something, and I was a little curious, but I wasn't into the scene at all. And then they were looking for someone to take care of their comms, community, communication in general. And they were like, "Hey, Adelina, would you like to join us?" And I was like, "But I don't know anything about Web3 or NFTs. So I guess, yes, let's do it." And I love it because I think that my story is quite representative of the mission of the brand, which wants to bring more women and inclusivity to the space. So it's the perfect example. So I really like it.
All right, that's actually quite an interesting story because we have a lot of invitees here who actually started out with cryptos and really then going into NFTs. But for you, you actually started with the project itself. And yeah, so moving forward, could you tell our audience more about your project, World of Women? So for people who hasn't heard of it yet.
As I was saying, the way I got into NFTs is really representative of our values, and it's because World of Women is a brand. So first of all, World of Women is a brand that's behind the blue chip NFT collections, World of Women and World of Women Galaxy, and it is a mission-driven brand that aims to bring more diversity, representation, and celebrate art as well in the NFT space. So we are at the intersection of art, activism, entertainment, and regarding that, we do a lot of things in these different fields. I can talk about more in depth in any of these topics if there is any that interests you more particularly.
But for now, can you share first? Of course, you have a lot of things that are in store for World of Women and for this NFT and for this community. But could you give us a general overview of what are the benefits for the NFT holders or for the community who's part of World of Women?
There's a lot of benefits. They slightly vary between World of Women and World of Women Galaxy holders. But all in all of our holders have the full ownership of the underlying artwork and IP, which means that they can use their WOWs or their WOWGs for their businesses or whatever they intend to. So we can see a lot of very interesting IP usage from that. They have access to their WoW's 4K file, which also helps for that intention. We gave a lot of art drops because we work a lot with artists, and we are reworking this whole artwork, art drop system. When we launched World of Women Galaxy, all of the World of Women holders got a free one for their woes. We also gave capacitors recently. First season allowed for on-cyber virtual homes. So lots of benefits like that, but it's not all. It's also like when you're part of the WoW ecosystem, you have access to a network of people. You're part of a community where there is also people like Gwyneth Paltrow, Eva Longoria, Huda Katan, Sofia Vergara. And it's also a community where you can connect, you can meet people. We are organizing events all around the world, community-led events, but also some of them, which are ours, our current hot topic is the World of Women Gala, which will come December 1st. I'll tell you more about it if you're curious. But yeah, just to get back to what I was saying, you're part of a network, so it means that you also have benefits regarding that. You have the power to shape the future of World of Women through our DAWA when we have like specific votes. You have access to specific channels on our Discord that can give you discounts or free stuff depending on our different partnerships. And yeah, overall, whenever we do partnerships, WoW holders, we always try to find ways of making WoW and WoG holders benefit from them. So it's always in our mind. Can be like conference ticket discounts or any other things like that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Adelina. So, yeah, I think that is really very impressive, right? With all these kind of utilities or benefits for the NFT holders. But we also know, right, because I also worked with some projects before, like for the marketing. I know that maintain a community, right, is super hard, especially when a project, right, like made, right, the bearish markets or like a lot of competitors, and especially after the minting and like for the post minting, how to actually keep the engagement, how to keep also the high stable floor price and trading volume. That is really super important, right? So, any experience you want to share with us? How do you maintain engagement within the community?
So, first thing is, as I was saying, I come from a tech background, and like previous companies, like when I would be like engaging with the community, it would be always like double-edged sword. There will be a lot of haters and like things like that. And something that really astonished me with the World of Women community, it was like this difference in the community itself, because everyone is so benevolent and kind that it's wonderful. It's like a self-moderating community. So technically, first of all, like for the community, we have a great mod and volunteers team that like engage, answer people's question and help them. We still are onboarding new people, so they're also helping them out understand this entire ecosystem and everything. So these are things that are not stopping. I mean, it's not because it's bear market that there is no interest at all into NFTs. And we are keeping building at the moment. Even if it's bear market, we keep working on things because we like to deliver in general. As for maintaining the community engaged, we like to show them a little bit what we're working on by um, my producing stuff. Currently, as I was saying, we're all into, for example, the World of Women Gala, which is our most awaited event. And connected to the World of Women Gala, we decided to launch the WoW Awards. So I'm just giving you right now like a specific example, because examples are various, but we have to go from a path. So let's take the WoW Awards path. And the WoW Awards is a way for us to really celebrate our community, because all community members can be nominated or nominate others, and we have like different categories. like Web3 for good, or like there are, yeah, we have like very different categories, and like different people can run in each of these categories. And so it's a way of celebrating people that have been doing positive things for the community or the ecosystem and reward them. So this is like one of many activation ideas that we can have for the community. Previously, for example, we talked a lot about the world of human lore, and then we had the capacitors drop, which, as I was saying previously, are giving access to on-cyber virtual homes. So it was a bit more in the metaverse, but it was like there was a lot of clues and things that the community had to resolve. And so it created some interaction and interesting exchanges with the community. So this is, for example, another way of engaging the community. And there are many others.
Thank you, Adelina. So I can feel that it's really right, a very creative team that we are with always some new ideas to rise right interest from the members. Thank you for sharing your experience. And next question, actually, were there any difficulties along the way, and how did you overcome them during the whole project progress?
So I would say the main difficulty was when the team was smaller, the fact that we had so many things to do. It was a little bit overwhelming, but now we're lucky to have recruited a lot of people. So it's quite helpful to have like all of these experts that can actually help us do everything that we want to achieve. I would say it's the main difficulty, to be honest, because we did not have like major FUD or big fails or whatsoever. It's just, yeah, the fact that Web3 space is a very, very fast paced environment. Like when I look back since last year and I look at everything that we've achieved so far, I'm always quite impressed, because I'm like, how did we do so much in such a short time span? And I find it sometimes stressful, but it's also very exciting, because in a typical company, in a Web2 company, you would never be able to achieve so many things so fast, because there would be like million process, things would take a lot of time. And now we're able to to achieve what we've planned, and it's thrilling.
Okay, thank you, Adelina. So actually, we also hear some plans right in the future about the project, like the World Women Gala. So for that, can actually explain further and more details, and also what's your other plans for World Women in the future?
So the World Gala is something that we have planned for a while already. We promised this event for a while already, because the community really likes to connect, both online but also in real life. Like, it gives a new dimension to relationships, because we're here all the time talking on Discord, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, but it's not the same thing when you meet someone in real life. So this is why we've always dreamed of organizing a gala, dressing fancy. If the community would like, it's not mandatory, but it's a good opportunity to bring out that nice dress. And yeah, so we really wanted to celebrate the community by organizing it. So we've decided to do that in Miami this year on December 1st. We have planned many different activations, so we're quite excited about it. It will be also a moment where we will talk a little bit about WoW, and as I was saying, yeah, really celebrate with the WoW awards. Otherwise, in general, we don't really like to promise on things beforehand, like give a date, or like we like to be really sure that like what we're going to deliver is ready, and then plan on it, on the marketing plan and everything, and then deliver. So yeah.
All right. So just to recap, so the World of Gala, that's the name of the event, Adelina, right?
World of Women Gala, it's the WoW Gala.
Gala. So the World Gala would be So the WOW Gala would be held in Miami on December 1st, and everyone who is part of the community would be invited. That's correct, right? Or
Actually, so we currently have a pinned tweet on our Twitter. They can go there, or on our website, worldofwomen.arts. And then I'm not sure about the URL, but I will send it to you. And there's like, I think it's like /Wo Gala with like all the recap. And if there are still tickets by the time you're listening to this recording, then you can claim a ticket if you're a WoW or WoG holder for yourself and your plus one.
really great that what you're doing out here. So this WOW Gala is gonna be your first kind of like physical world, or like in the real world kind of events, right? Because we have actually talked to a lot of different NFT projects as well. Like they mentioned that there are going to be like real world events and all that. And then for World of Women, this is gonna be that kind of event for you.
Actually organized other in real life events before. We were also in Miami last year. I think it was like our first event there. It was really great. We had a booth at VCon. We were at NFT NYC. We organized also some IRLs in London. And as I was saying, we have these initiatives of community meetups. So we give them a grant so that they can organize meetups all over the world, because we understand that not everyone can take the plane, go to different places, and we really want to encourage and facilitate those connections all over the world. So there has been a lot of meetups so far, like really a lot, and we have organized a few as well. But this is gonna be like our major event. And yeah. At NFT NYC, we also organized like a huge event with Madonna, was called Whoa, Finally Enough Love. So that was actually major. Should have talked about it sooner. but yeah, so events are an important part for us, because like as I was saying, you're part of a network, you're part of a community, and we really, really want people to be able to connect to each other on a deeper level and to facilitate that.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Adelina, but you sharing about more on World of Women, it seems to me that this is more than just a community, but it's actually evolving into some kind of a movement as it is, right? Because you have a lot of women, empowered women that are actually part of this community. You have these big kind of like a superstar names who are the forefront of this movement. And then it's really nice that you're bringing this kind of message of inclusivity and empowering women in all walks of life, not just in NFT Web3 world, but in in all industry. And then with that, I would just like to kind of close it by asking, or if you have any messages to our budding women who are starting in the NFT or Web3 world, and also your final message to invite our audience to join you on the World of Women Gala.
So first of all, for anyone who's part of a minority, woman, anyone who's just curious about NFTs and don't know anything about them, you're more than welcome on our channels, on our Discord. We also have an educational hub where you can find multiple various information regarding Web3 and NFTs, but we'll give you like some insights and some help, some resources as well. So yeah, please join us. We will be very happy to welcome you and answer your questions. As I was saying, we have a very kind and benevolent community, so you will be very well welcomed. And then your second question was regarding the WoW Gala, right?
That's to invite our audiences and also your community who would be watching or listening to this episode to join you on the World of Women Gala.
Very happy to see as many community members as possible at the WoW Gala. The theme is Galactic Glamour, so I'm very excited to see everyone's outfit. And yeah, as I was saying, we have planned quite some activations there, so I'm looking forward to it, and I cannot wait to meet everyone.
thank you so much, Admina, for taking the time to talk with us here at Token Minds podcast and for sharing more about your project. Of course, I know already that you have a big community right under World of Women, and we're very lucky to have you here with us today to share your experiences and then your journey towards working with World of Women, and at the same time your experiences during that journey as well. And also to Anchor, thank you so much for joining me today. And then for our audiences, be sure to check out our other episodes in the Token Minds podcast, available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Until the next one, guys, thank you so much, Adelina.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you everyone for listening.